goal, and I just like ripped it, and it went like upper 90 right in the corner.
That's awesome. All right, guys, welcome back to the CT scan. Do we have any business today? I don't know.
No, we don't have any business. Episode 17, almost episode 20. Maybe we'll get there by the end of all this.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Gotta cram some in. Pretty easy though.
Yeah, they're really fun. I enjoy making them. So yeah.
So today we have on Ethan Glazier, old lifelong friend of ours. Known him since like 2nd or 3rd grade or something like that.
Really?
I don't remember
maybe
when
first
we
grade.
met. Yeah, we went to the same elementary school, but we're never like in the same classes. But we like always knew of each other.
Okay.
But we started all hanging out a lot more like this past year, especially, and it's just been super fun getting to know Ethan. He's really one of a kind character. Just I don't even know how to pin him down. He really just gives no crap sometimes, and will do whatever he wants.
Ethan, you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Ethan, and I'm excited to be on the show.
All right.
That's all you need to know.
That's all.
Yeah.
We'll learn more about me in this.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, for sure.
One thing we wanted to Ethan is a big soccer player. Did we say that? I don't think we did.
No, we did not.
Yeah, Ethan played soccer for Timpanogos and
But more proudly.
I played for Utah Storm.
Yeah.
Took
Okay.
state this year.
Oh,
Yes,
that's
they did.
awesome.
So.
Yeah, opposite of
Beast.
Loads of fun. Opposite of what Tim does.
Yeah.
No offense to Timp. Sorry, Timp.
Yeah.
I love you.
But so yeah, we were gonna ask you if you have any pregame rituals. We've kind of talked about this before, but
Okay.
it's a good question to ask.
I got some
Yeah.
weird ones, and I got some like, I guess I don't know if they're cool or not.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like superstitions, kind
Yeah,
of.
I got some superstitions. Okay.
Okay.
I always clean my soccer cleats the night before my game. I got them all cleaned up, so I can just like feel good when I'm slipping them
Yeah?
on, ready to
Do
walk
you just
on
like
the
get a
field.
wet rag or something?
No,
Just kind of
I'll
polish
actually
them, or
I have
go
a
intense?
I have a toothbrush I
Oh,
use.
specifically
okay.
for
And
it.
I clean them off, make them look clean and new.
Tuck them in bed,
Yeah,
Christmas
basically,
night.
yeah. And then I whip them out of my bag, just flex on everyone.
Yeah,
Put 'em on.
nice.
Just get a gleam.
Okay, another
That's
weird
what
one
no.
I have
Look
is
good, feel good.
if I ever find something on the soccer field while I'm playing, I keep it and I put it in my bag and I just keep it there.
What, like
Okay,
a
so
rock or
here's
coin?
I have funny story.
That's
I have
interesting. I feel like I have never.
no, I do
found
that.
it.
It's weird. Okay, I
Sounds like you're always
found
looking.
last year I found a golf ball in the field.
Uh-huh.
And I just hurried and picked it up and threw it to the sideline and said, put it in my bag. And I've had it ever since. I got a broken bracelet with a bead on it. I keep my bag. And I have like this, it's literally junk just in this
Just a
little
bunch of
pouch.
junk?
But it's my good luck stuff for my
It's your
field.
good luck
Because anything
charms?
I usually always step on it. I'm like, hey, it's good luck. So I put it in. So that's a weird one.
Okay, that's actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
I never
Sounds like you're playing on some junky fields.
It's weird.
Well, we play enough soccer, I guess.
Yeah.
Ethan's really good for context.
Yeah. No. How long have you been playing? When's your first memory?
I think I started when I was 4. But my first memory was probably like 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
And just never stopped from there.
I never stopped.
Do you have any future plans?
Future plans, no. I think high school was it.
Really? Okay.
But it's
Was that hard to
That's
come
it.
to terms to?
it still is. It's always been hard to come to terms
Really?
with. Like I just don't want to stop because obviously you can always play after you get home from college or mission or whatnot.
Yeah.
But it's never like that competition that you face.
Oh, for sure.
And so
Yeah.
there's
Especially,
always,
like, high
the
school.
fire that's going on in the game and just the atmosphere.
Oh, yeah,
the
for
fans.
sure.
So it's
you can always run for fun, but
Yeah.
it's never as fun when you're
Yeah, 100%.
running every day to get better. So you
yeah,
can
exactly.
compete.
They don't have
Exactly.
that anymore. But
And I think
Yeah.
about the competition level you get to experience in high school. Like in college, you only get that if you're truly elite, and the best of the best. But in high school, you don't have to be a prodigy or of any sort, but you can still be really good and enjoy that and
you
push
have
yourself.
to have a baseline skill level,
Exactly.
But
But it's the right amount where it feels like you're really accomplishing something, but you haven't dedicated your whole life to it. You still get that I don't know, that competition experience. Some people though on the other hand still devoted most of their childhood to it and get so much fun out of it, but then it just ends. I think that's really hard to come to terms with.
I mean, I feel like people can find a place to play,
for sure.
But especially D1, you have to be
Yeah.
the best of the best.
Yeah,
Sure.
I mean you can find a place to play as well,
Especially
but
getting on scholarship too.
yeah, but I don't know if that team atmosphere will really ever be the same as
Yeah.
it is in your childhood.
yeah,
That is true.
it's amazing memories.
Yeah, high school is a fun time for sports. I would definitely say because you don't have to be amazing,
No, yeah.
and there's just all kinds of other competition.
I
around.
wish I did more. Just even if I just picked up random sports throughout the time, and just played more rec leagues and like things like that, like either flag football or just rec ball or
flag football. Some of my best memories are from flag football in high school.
Sounded so fun.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
And just rec basketball. Those are the good times.
For sure.
All right. So any like strict rituals, like what you eat or?
Not really. No.
Yeah.
Nothing with that.
You just kind of pound whatever's around.
Yep. I mean, I try not to freaking go out to eat or go to fast food and throw it all up. But
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I kind of found that if I like force myself to eat a certain food, then that would make me think about it more, and I would just be really nervous. Whereas just eating relatively healthy, and just keeping the mood light was almost better for me.
Exactly. Like puts too much pressure on you to like get everything right if you're like doing way too much precisely.
Yeah. There's probably some psychological term for that.
Yeah, I don't know. Because I think about like the best times I've performed, it's usually like I didn't even think about what I was eating before. Exactly. I was just kind of living a healthy lifestyle already. Yeah. And in a good mood for one, low pressure.
Yeah, and you're not worried about it. You do your best when you're not nervous.
Exactly. Like when you're not thinking about it at all, you're just carefree.
At least that's how I am. Maybe
for sure. Me too.
Some people are just so rigid in their minds that they need that like structure and like, I don't know, go by those rules. Otherwise they'll feel like they're going to fall apart,
Yeah.
So what they do is so precise.
Yeah, for sure. I was reading this book. It's called Blink. It's by Malcolm Gladwell, actually. And it talks about how your body will naturally know what to do, or your mind will naturally know what to do when you're not thinking about it, kind of. And I kind of found that to be really effective in a couple of things: bowling and cornhole. Because
the top tier sports.
There. Well, I've been doing that a lot lately because I have so much time. But I found when I look just right at the target and don't think about like any motion that my body's doing, just look at the target and focus on the target, that my body naturally knows what to do. Yeah. Maybe you found that with like free kicks or other things like that.
I have found it with that. Yeah. You just like you can't think about it. Yeah. But at the same time, you gotta like somewhat know where you're going, but just, don't stress over it.
Yeah, it's kind of like this. It's kind of like that.
Stress doesn't do anything.
The high level of stress for like a low level of skill sort of thing, and like you need like the perfect balance of like either stress or no stress for like difficulty, high difficulty, low difficulty.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it's called.
The
curves.
It's called.
The optimal performance curve or whatever it is.
Yeah. That was a really interesting topic.
Yeah, because I find that too, like in climbing, but it's only with like a few specific moves, and it's with accuracy moves. Like if I'm jumping up to hit a pocket, if I'm overthinking it a ton, I'm gonna miss it like every time. My hand's gonna like freak out and like try and get it in. But like if I'm not even thinking about it, I'll just jump and just like nail like 2 fingers into this pocket like it's nothing. I don't even think about it. You know?
Exactly. It's kind of like when you're gonna dunk a ball, like sometimes it helps to just not even think about it and just jump, Whereas if you're thinking about every little foot movement, then you're gonna mess up. It's slow, That's
why my pinky's kind of purple. I try not pinky, the ring finger. It's a little purple. I was dunking yesterday, but I just like wasn't thinking. I was like trying too hard with everything that I didn't actually like jump. Because with dunking, I just really just got to think about jumping, and then the rest of it like okay, I'll just put it in.
I can tell you, like, when I was seriously trying to dunk, how many times I would just focus so much on my footwork that it would just all mess up. Exactly. And when I wasn't thinking about it, when I was just focusing on the rim, then I was able to get so much higher.
Exactly.
So.
What about victory rituals? How do you celebrate?
I celebrate.
I just want to know because I've never.
I don't know. Like I just try to party. I don't know. After I win, like it's just the best feeling ever.
Yeah. Just
especially either taking state or and winning any championship.
Yeah. What would say like is like one of your proudest wins, either from like
proudest wins? Okay. It was probably 2 years ago. It was the semifinals, so it wasn't the finals yet. But we were playing this team, and I won't say too much about them, but they were very dirty. And I've gotten into some fights with them. Anyways, there was about 2 minutes left, and I think I had a card, so my coach didn't want to play me too much, but he put me in less, like 2 minutes, and we were tied 1-1.
Oh damn!
And there was like a few minutes left for the whistle to blow, and we would tie and have to go into like free kicks.
That's that sucks.
But I had the ball, and this kid slid me, but like I chipped it over him, so he missed, and I was about 20 yards out from the goal, and I just like ripped it, and it went like upper 90 right in the corner.
That's awesome.
And then with like 30 seconds later, the game was over, and it was just the best feeling ever. So I won it, and it was amazing.
Sick. Yeah, those are the moments you live for.
I know.
In sports,
Yeah, those don't happen for everyone. Like you could play like your whole life, and like getting that tight of a finish or something like that. doesn't always happen.
And you might never have that. And even if you do, more often than not, it always feels like you end up on the wrong side of those.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I totally get that.
I think we've talked about that quite a bit on the podcast before.
Just taking second place, just
things
like that.
Yeah, but those are awesome moments.
For sure.
Another thing I like about those is that it doesn't have to be a necessarily a high stakes game to feel
just any win.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, it could be my rec basketball game.
Yeah.
And I just make an awesome shot. I'll just feel amazing. Even
or something in spike ball, and just like, it's just a crazy last rally or something like that.
Yeah.
Or just a crazy one in general. It just feels so good. Like, you just peak performance,
Yeah.
Net awareness, like at level 100.
Yeah, my friends, Isaac, especially Isaac, but he'll always say, "Oh, you yell a lot," but it's because I like to express.
Get into it.
Yeah,
Get into
it for sure.
For sure.
Yeah. What are some things you do to celebrate?
Dude, it depends on like if I win or not. I mean, I don't have I always waited for to feel like this is the big win. Like one day I'll walk away and like, yes, that was it. That was the huge win. But there never really was so I guess to celebrate I don't cry because I cried after all my competitions because every time it was either like I did my best but that wasn't enough or I didn't do enough and didn't perform my best, so there was always something that was eating at me afterwards. But for the most part I was usually just content and I would just be having a fun time, I just go around, joke around. I wouldn't really take the win and be like, yes, this is the greatest thing ever. It's more I was just like, cool, because I never had huge victories where I came from the underdog sort of thing that nobody saw out to win. The things that I won, people were it was usually I was predicted to win more or less. So I was just kind of happy, and just having fun with it and just keeping it lighthearted.
Yeah.
But yeah, what about you?
Well, I immediately after I yell.
Yeah, of course. Oh no, for sure.
I feel like that's just a natural reaction.
Yeah, no, one of my favorite moments, when I get so into it that I can yell, after it's always with speed climbing, and it was the first time I hit sub 10 seconds or something like that, and I didn't care who was around in the gym. As soon as I smacked that buzzer, and because it takes a second for it to show, so I hit it, and the gym goes silent just watching the timer, and it goes off and it's 994. I'm just yes, just so loud.
Yeah,
I was so stoked.
That's awesome.
I was watching the volume thing over there.
Yeah, watching LP.
Yeah.
I was so stoked. But yeah, it just feels good to scream it out,
for sure. Yeah.
That felt nice right there.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just a natural reaction, it's just an expression of joy.
Exactly.
I remember when we at Southwest, I've talked about this before, we took fourth. It was a qualifying position, a potential qualifying position
for nationals.
And we were just leading up to announcing the results because they kind of hide the results from you. We were just really nervous, and then when they finally announced it, everyone was just yelling.
Lost their minds.
Yeah,
so fun.
Because we were happy to take fourth. Other teams, if they took third, that was a disappointment for them because they wanted to take second or first. Yeah,
for sure.
But we were just ecstatic
going nuts.
Yeah, exactly.
That's sick.
So. Yeah, those are the things that we have talked about.
That's awesome.
Well, so aside from sports, we mentioned since we're all done with high school, end of our childhoods. There's a lot of legends or claims to fame that we've had throughout our high school experience. What are some of your big? I guess you call them either big moments or big claims to fame in high school.
Big moments.
Besides sports.
Oh, besides sports. Okay. I gotta think.
That's true, because we've spent so much time that are.
I don't know. I guess this would count sport. I'll be quick, but I've always enjoyed the Dust to Dawns, the overnight tournaments.
Oh yeah,
and I just love those because
I always would win.
I do try to win. Yes, it's tons of fun. So I love doing that.
I won one of those.
You won one.
Which one? Basketball my sophomore year. We were in the lower.
It was in the competition league.
Yeah, but it was still pretty fun to win.
That's awesome.
I took second in the lower league for volleyball, and I was.
I've never done the.
I never did the volleyball because we were always going on a race.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I've only done the indoor soccer one.
Only the soccer one.
Okay, this has nothing to do with me. But I remember I was at one of the girls' soccer games, and they were tied. I think 1-1. It was at halftime, and clock was going out. There's 10 seconds left. I'm trying to remember what girl it was. It was the coolest thing though. I think it was Fry, actually, Emma Fry.
Yeah.
And she just rips it from like 30 yards out
Oh,
and
I heard
scores
about
like
this.
right over the keeper's hands and went in. And I was like,
It was. So
I didn't do anything, but I was like screaming going off.
You're
Like
losing
those
your
are always
minds.
fun.
That's
let's
so
see.
sick. Didn't you? But going back to the Midnight Madness one,
Yeah.
didn't you win all 3 years?
I won the girls ones and then
Oh, because there's multiple.
two of the boys ones.
Okay,
in
so
a
you
row.
won 3 years.
I run,
like,
yeah. So I guess I
one-
won 3 in a row.
Yeah, more or less. You know.
Anyways,
Dang.
Yeah,
That's so
pretty
weird.
I'll
Yeah.
always remember PG and Tim's basketball game, one of the most legendary
Oh,
games
that
ever.
was.
And I also
That was probably the most
remember
legendary game of
Yeah, it
high
was.
school.
Oh, yeah.
And then I'll always also remember the Alta game where we lost. It's not a good memory, but
No, yeah,
I remember because
we were
I-
so mad.
we lost, and Tanner actually has the camera in the ref's face,
Like, yeah,
screaming
shoving
at him,
Like,
going
look at
off.
this ref!
He was.
Look
he
at
was-
this goal!
And the ref
That is
was.
a painful memory.
The refs
Yeah.
were scared after the game. They wouldn't come out of the locker room.
Dude,
actually,
no.
I remember that.
So I went back when I was making this senior video, and I was watching all my old footage, and I watched all the footage I had from the Alta game, and like my heart rate started going up, and
Yeah.
I was like getting angry again.
Yeah.
Like this is like 3 months ago, and I'm getting so
It's
fired
never
up
gonna
about
be
this.
forgiven.
That's funny.
That was a fun game, but the PG game I think was so cool because we had so much hype behind it. You know,
Oh,
like
yeah.
everyone was going off that whole week. It felt like one of those like build up scenes in like a movie
Oh my gosh,
before
yeah.
like that big weekend game. You know, where it's just got like the fire spreading everywhere. You know,
yeah.
the pep assembly.
The
and it's
thing
like
that did it for
everyone
me is
nuts.
that we lose them every year, and then we finally.
Oh, yeah.
Our senior year was.
And it was so good.
Yeah,
Like, I've never seen that gym more packed with people.
Yeah.
My absolute favorite basketball memory is actually from my junior year.
Really?
It was at
Oh, Skyridge, dude!
Uh-huh.
Oh, I didn't make it to that one.
Yeah.
So good.
The thing about that game was after we hit the game winner, we were on Skyridge's court, moshing in front of the student section, and all they could do is
nuts.
watch us.
Yeah, they just watch us.
That
It's
was my
insane.
absolute favorite.
No, I think what was so fun about it too was like it was a super tight game as well, and it was just like back and forth. It was just like you were always on edge. Not to
Yeah.
mention they had beaten us at home before that, and we were like fired up, like we really wanted to beat them.
Yeah.
And I remember you're totally good. I remember when we hit one that tied it that got super close. And we were going nuts in there, but I just remember I was just grabbing everyone around me. We were all just shoving each other, just losing our minds, you know,
Oh, yeah.
we were just I don't
Those
even
are
know
the
what came
kinds of
over
things
us.
that that I've missed since Corona.
Oh, yeah,
you
for
know,
sure.
that,
For sure.
intimacy.
Yeah.
Kind of being close to people and
just yelling, going
yeah,
crazy.
and just
Exactly.
yelling,
Especially with the
partying.
dances. That's
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I totally missed out on prom, but
Were you not
I guess
there?
we had a. Oh, sorry, this
Oh,
prom
the-
you're supposed to
the
have,
prom
right?
you're supposed to have.
So that's
And like senior dinner.
A senior
dance.
Those
dinner
were all
dance would have
legendary.
been
Yes,
so
I
And
was
Morp
good.
too.
Morp. I never went to a Morp.
really more.
Yeah. I heard
Morp
Morps
was
were always
always my
so
favorite
fun.
dance.
Morps were fun.
Yeah.
My favorite dance of all time was actually the most recent preference.
Really?
Because I was.
you had a dope group.
We did have a dope group. We had a party bus, and
Oh, that's fun.
it was just a legendary moment. It was.
That's sick.
It was
Preferences at
amazing.
the library.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
The
proto library. Yeah.
Pro
okay.
Lib.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was a good one. No,
I never really had a bad dance. I would
Yeah,
say.
yeah, exactly.
I've never had an incredible dance though. I would
That's
say.
true.
Really?
Yeah. I never loved dances. It felt more like an obligation, especially towards the end.
Yeah.
But I always
You didn't
enjoyed
stay
them
all
afterwards.
3 hours sometimes. Because student council like, no, you have to stay all 3 hours. I'm like, bro, I don't have that kind of energy.
Yeah, that would be terrible.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
would suck.
Marathon.
You know, it was ridiculous. Honestly, my favorite dances were always homecomings, just because it was the first dance coming back at it. So everybody
there's
had
a
so
lot.
much pent up energy to let loose at the dance. I feel like.
Yeah,
So those
homecoming
were
was
really
pretty
fun. But yeah, no, I mean dances they were never the funnest memory of high school. They were still definitely super fun, but they were never the worst either though. I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
Sometimes overhyped, sometimes under.
I would rather go to a basketball game.
That's true.
I would rather go to a football game. Football games I thought were underrated. I really liked going.
It was
to
hard.
games.
Even though we lost,
It
we
was
could
hard.
still have.
Yeah, but the
Sophomore
year
and junior
before
year
that-
was
The
really
year
fun.
before that was really awesome.
Yeah, this last year I didn't go to very many. I'll be honest.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
But
I meant
I did really especially as a sophomore. It was your first experience.
Coolest thing ever,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah. I
Yeah.
remember my first sophomore football games, and me and Derek were always so excited. Who are we gonna hang out with afterwards?
Yeah, yeah,
dude, I'm
yeah.
talking to these girls and these girls. And just,
Yeah,
So exciting.
For sure, that was the opening experience.
Yeah.
All right, so we wanted to transition here to childhood fears.
Ooh.
I guess we'll start with you.
I only really had one fear, and I still have that fear.
Yeah?
And it's stupid, but as a kid, I've always just been afraid of paranormal activity and ghosts. It
Okay,
sounds
that's
stupid.
that's kind of fair.
It's fair, but it's weird though because as a kid, I was never scared of like the, I guess, realistic stuff. Like some people are afraid of like serial killers, like kidnappers. Like no, as a kid, like it's ghosts. It's freaking ghosts. And now it's still good ghosts in my house because you can't like kill a ghost. What do you do? It's stuck there. I ain't doing no Insidious.
No, I know what you're saying. Like when you get like
Conjuring,
that spooky vibe.
Dude,
in the house,
I hate it.
Like
that's my fear.
No, I always feel like even it's like silly again, like in my closet still, and like it's like when it's just super dark in my room.
Eerie feeling.
But
it's just like the eerie feelings of it. Like I'll barely hear something outside.
Can you sleep with your closet open? That was the question.
I don't know.
I can't do it. I cannot. It's too
my
dark.
Closet's almost always open.
Nope, it has to be closed, and that's it, dude.
I just like. Do you do this a lot? Like, especially when I get really scared. Like, I just imagine like the creep, like not even the creepy thing, but just like
start thinking about scary things.
Yeah, and just like them being in there, just like
100%.
them coming out, and like you can't see what they actually are though, but you just know it's like something's in there, you know, and it just like kind of like comes over your mind. And like no matter where I am, like I always thought like if I changed up like the way I was sleeping at night, like it would make me feel more comfortable, less comfortable. Because I used to sleep on a bunk bed, but I was scared because like I'm stuck on top of this thing, you know. It was never I'm high enough, I'm away from it. Like I'm stuck on top of this, and like for so long, I remember it was like a big step in my life to when I could sleep facing the wall because I was like, no, I don't want to turn my back towards them, but also at the same time I was scared like I don't want to face them either, you know.
Okay. Yeah,
like so actually sleeping with like my face towards the wall, I remember that being like difficult as a kid.
Yeah, I don't really believe in ghosts. Never really had an encounter that would make me think otherwise. So that's not really what scared me. But I remember as a kid, I always thought that there was like someone hiding in our house. Like especially when I was alone, that was gonna come out and scare me or something.
Did you ever like do one like walkthroughs through your house, like checking everywhere when you were alone?
Yeah, I definitely would.
Yeah,
yeah. Especially we have like a little storage room. This is in my old house, and it was like clear at the end of this hallway, and I would always like. I would just know there's someone in there.
It's there. It's there. It's
and you have this debate whether it's better to just leave it
or to
go check.
Or to go check.
It's the shower curtain.
You have to punch it first.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, for sure. You punch it first.
You punch the shower curtain and then look.
Dude, no, I would always look. Shoot, now I gotta punch it every time first.
Punch the shower curtain, go through it, and then look.
Yeah, I don't know why shower curtains are so much scarier than like shower glasses.
That was also a childhood fear. There's something behind it every time. I swear.
And it's just way scarier than like a closet.
Yeah.
But no, I remember one time when I was like 8 years old or something like that. It was like me and my brothers just at home, and one of them got really freaked out for some reason, thinking that there was like someone in the house. And because of that, like obviously we all spiraled into it as well and started freaking out. So we did like a walkthrough with the house and like got our airsoft guns and we were all like holding it. I think I had like a kitchen knife or something like that, and we were just like looking around every corner, just like doing a like recon throughout the whole house, making sure that we're safe.
It's real.
And like I was just like so scared. I'm like, what's going on? Like one day when you're older, Tanner, you'll understand. I'm like, I don't know.
Funny. Yeah.
I don't know what it was, but yeah, it was kind of a scary night. I remember just a sweat like dripping down all of us. We were just losing our minds.
That's funny. Anything else?
What are your fears now then, I guess?
I've always had this fear, and I don't know why, but I've just always had this fear that I'll lose a tooth.
Oh.
And have to get like a fake one or something.
No, I actually get that because sometimes like I'll feel a tooth and it feels slightly loose. I'm like, bro, please no, please no.
I'll have like, I don't know why, I have this reoccurring dream where I lose my like front two teeth.
Oh, I hate
I
those
always
dreams.
think it's real, and then I wake up and it's like, oh, my teeth are still here.
No, but it feels so real when you lose them in your dream, you know?
Yeah.
It sucks. I mean, it wouldn't be terrible if you had to get like a fake tooth or something like that.
No,
you know? I know plenty of people with fake teeth, and they tell me, I'm like, what? And I like stare at their teeth for a while, and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
It wouldn't be that bad, but I feel like it would just suck. I've seen so many people wreck their teeth skateboarding or things like that.
Yeah. I feel like that would suck.
Yeah. What about you? What's your current besides ghosts?
Oh,
realistic fears. What realistic
I don't even know.
fears
That's like the
have?
biggest thing. I really can't like think of anything else. I just fear one thing.
That's fair. That's fair. And sometimes it's not really that we have fears. We just have like small worries.
Small.
Things.
Yeah. I wouldn't say like I fear anything else unless like the incident actually happens. And then like okay, that's
yeah.
Scary.
I mean, there are like really like I feel like it's a different kind of fear where it's like a real like possibility like that. You know, your parent dies or something like that.
Yeah, those are just like concerns, worries. You know, not necessarily.
Yeah, I don't necessarily think it's a fear. You know, because it's like a worry.
Yeah, because I feel like sometimes fears can be more like translated to something that won't happen for the most part, you know? Yeah. And kind of just psychs yourself out. As with like death or things like that. Those are actually just like worries, concerns, you know? Just like,
What about like spiders or snakes? Or
No,
nothing like that?
never been scared of that stuff.
Yeah, me neither.
Never
actually.
bothered me.
I've been like, I think like I wasn't scared, but like you can like choose to react to it sometimes and just like choose to be jumpy about it, or if you really just like take a second, like, okay, we're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like you know, like snakes, like that's an actual real. If it's poisonous, that's like an actual real thing. But it's not like I'm like
it's like a hazard. More
it's not like I'll like plan around the possibility of seeing a snake. You know what I mean?
I remember one time we were hiking and Case Hawes shoved Darcy towards a snake because he like freaked out, was like, snake, and shoved it right towards her, kind of as a joke. And they went to go pick it up and play with it until he saw there was a rattle right on the back of it.
Yeah.
But it didn't like coil up or get angry at us or anything. So we're just like, oh, okay.
That's kind of funny.
So we were chilling. If you need to walk by, you're fine.
Okay.
Yeah, no, you're good.
My McDonald's.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
I'm just
But yeah.
McDonald's.
McDonald's is good stuff.
All right. Any other fears / worries?
Mm-mm.
What about like heights?
No.
Nah,
No.
I love heights.
Yeah, heights.
Really?
Heights are
I
fun.
love them.
Yeah, I mean, it's, at the same time, like there's a there's a difference between like avoiding heights altogether or like actually having a worry that you might fall off.
Yeah,
or something like that.
I mean, yeah, like I know like I could fall off eventually, but like there's certain things like heights, like there's certain thing with like a height that actually scares me sometimes because I can be up on something high, I'm like, whoa, look how high up I am, but like certain things I look at when I'm high up, like that's what actually freaks me out. Like if I'm really high up in a building that has like inside the building and it's like a long fall down, but I'm at the same level as like let's say a chandelier hanging down. If I look at that chandelier and I like reach out to touch it, that's what like freaks me out. You know, like seeing something that high up that like swaying, you know, or hanging like that, or like when you're on a cliff and like you like see like in the opposite corner like another part of the cliff down there or something like that. I don't know, like the perspective of that like makes me freak out.
Yeah, I was talking about this like with someone where it's like I wouldn't say I'm like afraid of heights, but like if I were to go wash windows, like if I would never want to wash windows on a really high building.
Oh yeah,
that sounds terrible. Yeah, because you can always just fall.
I wouldn't be scared about falling with things like that. I'd be worried about dropping stuff, and I'd just be like, crap, and just be like,
go back down.
Now I gotta go back down
to like drop something.
Well, yeah, but I think what's scary though is when you drop things is like you naturally like go after it a little bit.
True. Yeah.
I was down in Arches with my brothers the other week, and we were just like hiking around by, I think it was called Skyline Arch or Sky Arch, whatever it was. And of course, like we weren't going on the normal trail. We wanted to like climb up some of these rocks, and my shoe got stuck in this crack. And I like pulled on it, and like my foot just came out, and I was like, whatever. So I climbed up just a little bit more, and my brother was down there. I'm like, hey, throw me my shoe. So he grabs it to me, and he gives me like a really crappy throw. And I like try to grab it, and like there's like a massive cliff like right next to me. Not really a cliff, it's like Slot Canyon, then just a big drop off. I miss it. It goes out there, and like naturally, I just like use my foot to try and kick it back at me. But instead, I just totally kick it further away, and I like start to go for it, but just stop, and it just.
Oh, you lost your shoe?
Well, I got it back. I went back down through the bottom and came up, but I just went way down there.
That's funny. And I can totally just see like someone diving for it.
Yeah, that's the thing. You just feel naturally like reacted to do that.
Yeah, like you should save it. Yeah.
I'm just like, that's what.
Sometimes it's hard to let those things go.
Yeah, I mean sometimes it depends. And like the shoe, I wasn't super worried about. You know, if it was like my phone or something, I feel like I probably would have been a bit more like.
Yeah.
Active to grab it.
Because if that falls in, it's done for.
Yeah, the scariest thing I actually felt when I was up on a height was we were down at some arch in Canyonlands. I can't remember what it was, but it's like one that you hike to, and all of a sudden you're on top of the arch basically, and it's like this. It's kind of just like a bowl that like comes down into it, and then the arch comes through.
Oh,
and you go.
It's Delicate Arch?
No, it's not delicate.
Okay.
Not the bowl. So it's like you're actually on top of it, and it just sinks right down into this ravine, and then the arch is like right there and like connected to it around it. But on this part, there's like this little gap. Like you can look down. And I gotta lay on my stomach and look down this, you know. And you walk around the other side, and you see that the shelf you're on is actually like kind of thin, you know, probably only about like twice as thick as this counter right here, so about like that thick. And I was like, I just want to like put my head over the edge, and I do it. I'm like, oh, you know, just because like it's right there. But the scariest thing was like I wanted to tilt my head back and like look at what I was laying on because it was so thin. Yeah. But it was so scary because like as I like tilted my head down, I felt like I was just gonna fly straight over the edge or something like that.
Yeah, so that's like scary.
Like that makes no sense, but it just felt so weird to like look down at that shelf and like see how thin it was. It looked like it could be my body basically because it's just right there. So, so that was spooky.
Do you fear death?
No.
Not
at all. Especially right now.
I mean, I think it's good to have a relative fear of death.
Yeah.
So you're not
what's
like...
what's the
movie,
movie,
not reckless.
So you don't do stupid things.
What's the movie? Oh, the Batman, the last part, where first he didn't fear death, but now he should fear death because that's what makes you value things
Oh,
more.
yeah,
right?
What you're saying. Yeah.
No, yeah. I think like in a philosophy sense, I don't know,
You should
philosophical
have a
sense.
healthy
Don't
sense.
fear
Yeah.
Fear
but
of death.
I think death gives us
I'll
purpose
be
in
like,
some
yeah,
sense.
don't
you know?
fear it, but
Exactly.
like be aware.
'Cause, like-
I mean, if I wasn't afraid of death, then I would stop eating. Stuff like this.
Exactly. But I mean, like, yeah, having like death in place gives us kind of like a deadline to get things done in our life that we want to, Because if there
Yeah.
was no death, then we could just chill forever and just be like, you want to do this? Like, eventually,
Yeah.
whatever. Because
Yeah.
it gives us more purpose, But yeah, sometimes I like genuinely do fear death when I'm like really excited for like what's coming up in life. Then sometimes I'm just like, I've lived a good life, Like,
So,
I'm okay
sometimes
right
I
now.
fear getting old.
Really?
That's a legitimate.
Like not being able to
Yeah.
do as much. because
Yeah,
you get older.
exactly.
Exactly. And like I like rolled over my calf when I was four-wheeling, and it healed in like a couple weeks.
Yeah.
And whereas if I was old, like 60, 50, 60 doing that, then it would take months for that to heal. That kind of seems. I mean, it's not scary, but it's just like I dread it. you know?
Yeah, exactly. And just like you hear about like old people and just like, oh, my back or oh, my knees and things like that.
I don't
I'm just
want to
like,
constantly be in pain.
yeah, because that's what it sounds like it turns to when you get older. It's just like dealing with more pain, just
Yeah.
becoming more tolerant to it.
And
I
like
don't know.
having to take all kinds of pills.
Yeah,
just to
medication. No,
function.
like when
Yeah.
my grandparents come to visit, I got like this whole bag I'm just carrying over like all their medications. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
dang, that's a lot of stuff. That's why you drink kombucha, according to Maddie Nielsen.
Oh yeah,
'Cause
I
her
had some
grandparents-
yesterday.
Really?
It's
Some
not
of her kombucha.
Oh, her kombucha. Was
Yeah.
it good?
like homemade or.
yeah, it was homemade.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
It was.
And a stew
It
or
wasn't
whatever. it's called.
terrible. It
What
wasn't
was it?
terrible.
What flavor was
I would
it?
never drink it for fun.
Yeah, same.
It was like apricot. I don't know.
Apricot.
I can't.
It tasted
drink
like
Have you
apricot
drinking?
leather.
I've had it.
was so
There are
vinegary.
some better than others. They're not.
What kind do you
my
like?
choice. I don't even know what the flavor it
Yeah.
was, but some are better than others. They're
But
not.
she says she doesn't get sick. Sorry.
Yeah,
Go.
Maddie
No,
says that like
that's-
it keeps her from not getting sick.
Oh.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Hey, if it works,
Just
it
a big
works.
old placebo maybe or something.
Hey, if
Maybe.
it works, it works.
I mean, I feel like if I were, like, if someone told me like, oh, just drink this, it's gonna taste disgusting, but you won't be sick for a month, then I would totally do it.
Oh yeah, for sure. I would totally do that as well. Like small price to pay.
Yeah.
But like with how much they drink, and like how much they buy, and like I don't know if it really does do it. Not to mention it's so gross.
Yeah, it smells terrible.
It
And, like I bet like the more you drink it, the less bad it is.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. But just like it's
I
so
had-
hard for me to do.
I had a fourth grade teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Or my fourth grade teacher.
I had a fourth grade teacher too.
Yeah, but her favorite drink was carrot juice.
Yeah.
She would drink it every day.
Just straight
That's
carrot
Yeah,
juice.
just straight carrot juice. I thought that was disgusting.
What did she eat then? Carrots and carrot juice.
Carrots is a rabbit, actually.
Yeah.
I wonder what that like tastes like. Just like because carrots don't have that strong of a flavor. I feel
Yeah.
like.
It's
And it's not.
yeah.
I don't see them producing juice. Like I don't bite
Ha-
into a carrot and it's juicy.
I mean, it's not dry though.
It's not my choice.
That's
of
true.
juice.
It's not like a chip
Yeah.
that's dry, sort of thing.
Mhm.
I had this family in my ward, and like every morning they would blend up celery and make their kids drink.
Okay,
Oh,
it.
so
that's
I
disgusting.
actually
Oh my
do
gosh.
that.
You do that?
Yeah.
Really?
So
Good?
it's kind of it's not disgusting. You get used to it, but
Mhm.
so it's actually really good for your immune system and cleansing out your gut and liver,
Huh.
which helps you to heal better if your liver's clean. So anyways, I do it and
There you go.
I feel
How
better when I
often
do
do you
it.
do it?
I do it like probably like a couple times a week in the morning.
And how
Okay.
much?
Just like a cup.
A
not
cup.
Like, like right there.
Yeah, just enough.
I don't like down
Yeah.
it all, but
Yeah, you're not like
drink
getting
enough.
like a whole like
I'm not,
bunch
a
of
mason,
celery,
mason
throw it
jar.
in.
No.
Yeah.
But-
yeah.
So
Yeah.
I guess I drink that. I'm kind of weird.
It's probably is it super strong though, the flavor in it?
It really isn't. It tastes almost like water with like a little like celery
Hint.
doesn't even taste like anything really.
Yeah,
anyways,
exactly.
So
I just don't like the texture of celery.
Well, then
I don't
maybe, like,
either.
it blended up.
So this is what I do. I actually drain all the like. I
You dump?
I drink just the juice. I don't like take the
Oh,
gum.
so you like
So,
strain it?
Yeah, I
Oh,
strain
strain
it.
it.
I
So you
can't.
don't have the,
yeah, I don't have. I hate
the
pulp.
pulp.
No, I couldn't.
Yeah.
I couldn't.
That's what
I
it's
couldn't
And the
do
pulp
it.
in the celery would be bad though too.
No,
It'd be,
it
like
would.
super
It'd
stringy.
be. Yeah, it's.
It's not like
It
aloe
would.
vera juice or orange juice where you can kind of chew it.
Mhm.
That's just like stringy. I feel like
no,
it's stuck
yeah.
in your teeth
I
like corn on
don't.
the
Yeah,
cob.
I don't
Yeah.
drink the pulp.
I like
So it makes it
the
better.
pulp in orange juice actually.
I do too.
I don't care whether it's pulp or no pulp.
Yeah.
No
I
big
don't know.
deal.
It's
It's
just a
good.
little too.
I'm not
sweet
picky.
without-
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if people do this with cucumbers as well, because cucumbers are kind of just like water as well. But I feel like cucumbers have a much stronger taste to it. It overpowers a lot of things.
I read somewhere that like cucumbers like increase like the smell of cucumbers increase sexual desire in some
Tendencies?
people. Yeah. I don't know if that's true.
Maybe I shouldn't be drinking more then. Leading up to the Mish.
Someone look it up. Let us know.
Yeah, let us know. Do an experiment on it. That'd be kind of fun.
That would be kind of fun.
A double-blind experiment.
Yeah.
Though it'd be really hard. You'd have to like flavor some juice and have that cucumber flavor, then have some actual cucumber flavor, and then gauge your horniness each day or something like that for the week. That's how it goes.
That's funny. All right, Ethan was telling us he has a couple good throw-up stories.
Oh yes. That's
Okay.
what we're into.
Okay, one was last year. I ate a Paula burger with my friend Austin.
I love a Paula burger.
Okay, I
It's
did love it. I did.
Don't ruin it for
okay,
me.
yeah,
Don't
I'm gonna ruin
for me
it.
right now.
So I eat it, and I'm at his house, and 30 minutes kick in. I'm like, okay, I'm like,
Not feeling
I'm
good.
not like bad. I'm just like, okay, I'm like uncomfortable. Like,
Yeah. You know that like, feeling when you're just barely like
Then-
sick and you're like, why I don't feel perfect right
yeah.
now.
It's
It's
like
so
that,
annoying.
It's like that feeling, and an hour kicks in. And I'm like starting to like sweaty and like nauseous. I'm like, oh crap. I'm just like laying on the couch.
Oh.
And this was before. Actually, this was like 2 years ago because I couldn't drive yet. I was like 15.
Oh, okay.
Or maybe I didn't have my car, but my friend couldn't drive yet either. So we were stuck at his house. His parents were gone, so I'm just stuck there. Like I'm like, I want to go home. I'm sick.
No, yeah, you don't want to be anywhere else.
And my parents were gone too. Like it's the worst story. Okay, it's like 30 minutes longer. His parents get home. I'm like, yo, I need a ride, and his dad's super chill. He's like, fine, get in the truck. And so me and Austin, his dad, in the truck, and halfway to State Street, I'm like, he's like, Ethan, do I need to pull over? I'm like, nah, you're good. Three seconds later, I'm like, okay, you're gonna need to pull over, and I just get out of the truck and throw up in this one person's flower bed, just over, because it was right by the road, and I'm just like, throwing up. And I felt like like great immediately right after. It was definitely the Apollo. It was like Apollo burger food poisoning or something.
Ooh, nasty.
It was hilarious though because I went back the next day and there was still throw up in the freaking bushes or whatever.
Oh.
So I kind of felt bad, but
Gross.
I didn't.
It'll biodegrade.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll go away. It's nutrients.
Yeah, exactly. Probably
yeah.
the birds
It's food,
are probably
so,
eating it now.
Yeah. Your body already digested half of it.
Exactly.
Another one. Okay, it's funny. It actually happened yesterday.
Yesterday.
Oh, no.
I didn't. It wasn't like.
It wasn't like
I'll have to
real
tell you.
sick.
No, it wasn't sick at all. So
throw
I
up.
just got back from boating. We were cleaning up the boat. My friend wanted to have a water chugging contest with me,
Oh.
and so
Who was it?
it was Austin. It was Austin again.
again.
Oh my! It was the
Yeah.
same person.
Yeah.
And so he challenges me, and I down
Was
it.
it just
in
the water bottles?
Just a water bottle.
Yeah,
I
16
get,
ounce.
Yeah, it's the 16-ounce ones. Yeah, and I freaking
pound
chug
it.
it in like
Boom.
3 seconds. I'm sitting there, and he's still drinking. And all of a sudden, I'm like, hold up, and all of a sudden straight water just comes right back out. So it wasn't like throw up, but it was funny.
Did you like have like a pause where you like actually swallowed it?
I swallowed it, and I was like, okay, and I was like, wait,
and then it just like came right
And I
back.
was
It was like drink.
go up by the boat harbor and just like throw up in the bushes again. It wasn't. It was just like straight water.
It was just straight water, so
funny.
it wasn't like acid,
Oh no,
acidic
none of
or
that.
anything
Yeah,
like that.
it just
Didn't
like
feel
came. It was hilarious
Okay,
though.
that's
I wasn't sick at all or anything.
You could
But
drink it right.
Why did you throw up though? Because I see people chug water bottles all the time.
I mean, yeah, I do a lot, but I don't know. It just happens.
Yeah.
Mr. Saxon told us one time that you could drink your pee 3 times. Isn't that interesting?
Wait, like
Wait,
there's
why-
still nutrients
yeah,
you
why-
pull
Like,
out
yeah,
of
you
it.
why
still
three-
get
oh.
hydrated or something.
Okay. Well, I'm not gonna try it, but it's a
But
good.
yeah.
And if I need to,
I wonder if
guess in
Mr.
a
Saxton
while,
has
yeah.
tried it, maybe.
Ew.
Yeah, he said that he said that he read that he saw in a documentary, and he said that is the kind of information you get from a documentary, and you will never need it, you know? Well, maybe.
Maybe.
We don't know yet.
Never know.
But yeah, it's
Dang.
kind of funny.
Nasty. Good old throw up.
Do you have any more throw up stories?
I have not thrown up, and I really hope not too soon.
Yeah.
I know that as soon as I get on my mission, I'm probably gonna have some horrible sick stories because I just hear about like you always get so sick out on the mission or something like that.
Yeah.
Wherever you are, just because it's new environment.
Especially like third world countries where the old doctors
Yeah.
are getting tapeworm or something.
No, yeah, I just got the yellow fever shot or whatever it was, and I felt like crap yesterday for like 2
Really?
hours.
Yeah.
Because it
That's
said
how
like
I
after
was.
7 days it'll like kick in, and I was just sitting there, just like everything just felt like crap. I didn't know if I was gonna go boating or whatever. I was just like, nope, I don't want to do anything. And then I popped some ibuprofen, and I was fine.
Okay. No.
And then I had to call the dentist today and lie to their faces saying I had no symptoms of COVID because they asked me like, because the symptoms they ask are literally everything.
Yeah, it
like they
is.
ask for like anything and everything. I'm like,
The new one's like sore
No.
neck or like hurt, like
Sore neck.
yeah. I was like, what? Like one of the I went to a place. I was like, if your neck hurts, I'm like, my neck always
That's
hurts.
funny. Well, it's kind of interesting that like now people are afraid to say if they actually have it.
Yeah.
Because like
don't wanna, like,
especially if you're
quarantine.
asymptomatic because
yeah.
you don't want to be out just quarantine in your room for 2 weeks.
Yeah,
exactly. No, it's such a hassle to like get it now. It's not that like you're actually worried about like dying from it.
Yeah.
It's that you're just worried about dealing with it.
It's just the stigma.
Exactly. Because like I was talking to my mom about this because she almost like had to go into work where like someone was like compromised or whatever, I guess, exposed to it. Yeah. And she was going to have to like be around them. And she's like, no, I don't want to go in. Like, it's not because she was worried about dying or anything. She's just like, I just don't want to have to quarantine and my family quarantine.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's like,
it's such a hassle. It's just such a pain,
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's why
and, like,
I say,
that's
let it go.
That's what kind of happened yesterday in a little fiasco was we had a friend who has some sisters living in his basement who have it, but he doesn't go near them at all, they're just down there. And he was going to go boating with someone, and he decided, like, his parents like, you have to tell them that, like, you've been near it, but he's like, but I tested negative, so why do I need to tell him? And, like, he told them they didn't let him go boating with him. It was a little bit of a fiasco or whatever.
Yeah,
but it's kind of just a pain, like, he's fine, like, if it had been any other sickness, and, like, if, like, my brother had been, like, dying in his bed, from something else, they'd be like, oh yeah, you're cool, like,
yeah,
whatever.
At least it's
and I wouldn't feel obligated. I wouldn't feel obligated to tell them at all,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I read the other day that the average age for dying from corona.
Yeah.
Guess what it is, guys?
It's all
78.
It's
It's
elderly.
80.
Yeah.
It's 80.
That's the
That's
average.
The average.
No,
that's the average.
Do you know what the average life expectancy is?
Yeah, it's like less than that.
It's 78. So you have.
Yeah.
Who was it? I knew someone.
These people are getting off like fair.
It's like, are we really like taking this still? Like, I don't know.
That statistic always baffles me.
I know someone who my friend's ward had terminal cancer. They were like 88.
Terminal cancer. Yeah.
And I don't know what it was. I think it was lung cancer, but they were already going to die.
Yeah.
And they were on their deathbed.
Oh.
And they got symptoms of COVID and labeled it as a COVID. It's just interesting.
I read this great
ridiculous
article by Empiricist or something like that. And just like about everything that had been going on in the past 4 months and like tying it all together. And it was really cool to see how like the elites like changed the narrative and so many different things going on. But one of the craziest things like with it, like one of the craziest stats on it, was that doctors had predicted that almost all of these people who had died with pre-commodities, whatever it is, like pre-existing health conditions, those people who had those and died of COVID, almost all of them would die by the end of 2020 from their pre-existing health conditions,
Okay, yeah.
Corona just like came in, I guess, was the straw that broke the camel's back, and they labeled it as that.
Yeah, a couple things. At first they were saying that the death rate was 5%, which obviously, yes, we should lock down.
Yeah, like that sounds.
Now it's less
horrible.
than 1%.
Yeah.
It's less than 1%.
Oh yeah.
And also, it begs the question: do you even want to live past 80? Like,
I think about that too. Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Like that's a terrible question, but like, I don't know. It doesn't. Seem
it depends on how healthy I am.
No, because my grandma has a neighbor and she's a widow, and so she's by herself. She's like 90. She's like, she wants COVID. She's
like, bring it on.
Okay, yeah, that's terrible.
That's
terrible.
Yeah.
Well,
but like you have to weigh the risk because all these young people are like getting more depressed because of.
Oh yeah, no, like
not just that.
The suicide rates are crazy.
Yeah.
Not to mention just like the problems with like schooling now and like.
I feel bad for the kids.
I'm really glad I get to do online MTC for like the first 6 weeks and be here until mid-October because I get to see everything that happens with school going on here. Because I'm so curious to see like what the schools are gonna do, and just like how they're either gonna lock down or not give a crap.
Yeah. So my brother said that. As of right now, I'm sure it will probably change, but as of right now, they're doing early out day every day.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome.
It does, but at the same time, I'm like,
you still have to
that's so much homework they're probably going to load up on you.
Yeah, that's true. And probably, not, as many like big events that we got to go to.
Exactly.
Yeah,
but I mean, I know people will throw their own dances, and people will do their own things.
Sure. Yeah.
The main thing is sports.
I think they should.
Oh yeah, for sure. But the main thing is sports, and like we were talking about, sports are the part of the greatest things of high school,
Yeah.
Missing out on those. I mean, if you lose football season, who cares? No big deal.
Well, Thibodeau is independent now. I heard.
Yeah, so I heard they had their scrimmage game already. So
really? They did. Yeah, they did.
Yeah, I don't know how many people went to it or like if people were allowed to go to it.
Blistering heat.
Yeah, I guess that was one thing I was curious when we were talking about sports. Is like, do you think that this season, like since like we don't know, we can speculate, would lacrosse have gone a lot bigger to where lots of students would have been going to it, kind of like football games?
I think it would.
Because there was a decent amount of people.
Yeah, I think we would have hyped up lacrosse quite a bit because we didn't have anything in the spring really.
Yeah.
But as far as nationwide, I don't think lacrosse is exciting enough.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
It's more of a sport unless you understand it.
It's kind
then
of
you're
like
not gonna-
soccer.
No,
yeah,
it is
for
like-
sure. Yeah,
yeah.
100%.
So it's
Like, no
basically
offense
just
to soccer.
No,
no.
I
It's basically hockey. That's like all lacrosse is.
Mm-hmm.
But the hard thing is, is like you're not nearly as close to the action as you are when you're watching a hockey game.
Yeah, you can't see
and
the
it's
ball.
Yeah,
a lot.
exactly.
it's not as much as a
Yeah.
spectacle, I think, either. I mean, there'll be some hard hits, every once in a while. But like even when you're watching it, like it's so hard to tell. Like with like hockey, like did they actually like hit the puck or did it go in? Like you can't tell.
Until the crowd starts cheering.
Yeah, exactly. It's so hard to actually
exactly.
tell. As with like basketball and football, like it's pretty obvious
very
to see
high
what's going.
speed,
Yeah, and you can
Yeah.
see what's going on. You can follow it well, which I think is important. Same thing
Yeah.
with baseball too, and that's why I think baseball also gets like a decent amount of hype in the spring. But not a lot of people go out to the game as well. Like a decent
Baseball,
amount.
yeah, baseball's kind of fading. Oh, I did forget about baseball. We would have hyped up the baseball
Yeah,
too.
because of course our baseball
we're
teams,
really good.
We're really
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, we like to go to things that we're good at.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Sorry, soccer.
It's okay. So I don't do soccer anymore, so I don't know.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, I actually made academic all-state for soccer.
I
I
heard
was
about
academic
that.
all
I have no
state.
idea why.
I was academic all state for lacrosse, and I didn't play a game.
Right
yeah,
on.
but yours was more confusing on why you got it.
Yeah.
You weren't even on the team, really.
Yeah.
Like,
I have no idea.
who knows?
Yeah.
They really
But-
just didn't care this year. I feel like.
Yeah, no. I mean, I didn't play a single game, so.
Oh well.
Yeah. All right, well, we've gone on pretty long.
Yeah, I gotta wrap it up. My dad needs the microphone for some meetings or something like that.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Been good.
We
Right
kind
on,
of
Ethan. Way to be
fought
here.
for this microphone today.
Yes. It's always. a
Thanks
fight.
for having me.
Yeah, of course, dude.
Yeah,
Good stuff.
thanks for being on, Eth.
Oh, that's everything. There we go.
Oh, that was fun.